What's up YouTube? It's your boy MJ Sage coming with his first tutorial video. So in this video, I'm gonna show y'all how to get waves using Sunlightbar soap and a detangler. Make sure you use a hard brush, especially if you have hair like mine, you're gonna need a hard brush. And if you're a beginner, you are gonna need a hard brush. And as time goes, you're gonna use a soft brush. So first you're gonna make sure you make your hair wet, and apply a lot of soap. Make sure there's a lot of foam, because like when you use the detangler, you need a lot of foam, to create some sort of leather, you know what I'm saying. So you need a lot of foam, like I'm doing in the video. Make sure you apply a lot of soap, especially if it's sunlight, the foam is a lot. And then you're gonna want to brush your hair now using the detangler that I'm using. So you brush your hair forward, like make sure you're brushing based on the direction of your hair. You brush forward if your hair is going forward. If your hair is turning sideways, you go sideways with the brush so that the waves go out. You can't brush backwards while your hair is facing forward. You get what I'm saying? So you make sure you put in the work, a lot of work, especially if you're a beginner and you got different hair. So you're gonna have to like put a lot of effort. You can even use shampoo, but then here I'm using a Sunlightbar soap. You see the waves are even going out, so they're coming out. And then you're gonna want to put more soap, to flatten the waves after you brush. Usually when you're brushing, you're gonna need a mirror at the back, a mirror for you to actually see what's happening at the back. Especially if you're a beginner, you are gonna need a small mirror for you to see the direction of your hair. For me, because I'm like experienced now, I know where my hair starts. I know how to brush my hair without even having a small mirror. But then for a beginner, you are gonna need a small mirror. You make sure you put in the work like I'm putting in the work here. You brush. You see the way I'm doing at the back. You make sure you go in the direction of your hair. Even the waves are coming out at the back. 360 using the Sunlightbar. So you put in the effort. Put in the work. Put in the work. Every single day you do this, and then I'm telling you, you're gonna have 360 waves. I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna wanna apply more soap, to flatten the waves. Flatten the waves, because you wanna wear a do-rag. So you flatten the waves the way I'm doing here. Flatten the waves, and then you're gonna have dope waves. Now it's time for the do-rag, and for the do-rag, most of y'all can't even wear a do-rag. So like I'm gonna show y'all and teach y'all how to wear a do-rag. So first you throw the do-rag on your hair. You throw it on your hair the way I did. Make sure the part that most people think it's inside, that's outside, where you have the line. So you make sure that line is outside, because like if you just put that line inside, you're gonna have a line that runs from the front of your head backwards, so you don't need that as a waiver. You make sure you make the strings straight. Make sure they straight, otherwise you're gonna have a long line on your forehead and it's painful. It's painful. But then as a beginner, the line is gonna be there. Even me, the line does appear, but then it's not as bad as before. So you make sure you make the strings flat, the way I'm doing. You make sure they flat so that you don't have wrinkles on your forehead. You're gonna be looking like you have waves on your forehead. And especially this happens if you just use any do-rag. So I'm using a silver do-rag, a do-rag that if I lift it up, you can actually see through it, so that my hair can breathe. And like if your hair can breathe, it doesn't have a bad smell. In this video, like I didn't actually rinse my hair, but then you do rinse the hair on top of the do-rag. So hopefully my tutorial helps you guys. Thank you. Hit me with the thumbs up. Subscribe.